Welcome back to the Out of Bounds podcast. I am Charlie Caleri alongside
Gavin Williams.
And today we're going to be doing a little Guess That Player episode. And Gavin does not know about it. Now he does, though.
Now I do.
Now he does. We're doing an NBA Guess the Player episode, courtesy of NBA.com.
Okay.
If you didn't know, NBA.com has this feature called NBA Play, where every day they have a few little daily games. And the one that we're going to be doing today is the full court guess game. So they have like archives, too, of every game that they've had. So we're going to be going through a little guessing game where it's 3 clues, and you get 5 guesses per round to guess the player.
Okay.
So
all right.
You only get 3 clues. So we're going to do 5 or 6 rounds of this and then see how you do. And, yeah, we'll go from there.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, so starting off right now, we have a 5-time NBA All-Star.
Okay.
He scored 30 points in Game 1 in the playoffs on last Saturday.
Okay.
And he has made the playoffs in every season of his NBA
Jason
career.
Tatum.
And I don't know these players either,
He's
so
a
I'm
5-time
typing these
All-Star.
in. Wait.
He put up 30 on Game 1. Pretty sure that's right.
It is not Jason Tatum.
Oh, scheisse. That literally, everything aligned for that, man. Like, everything. Might be like Jaylen Brown, too. Is there another hint right now, or do I have to...
Those are the only 3 hints. It's a 5-time NBA All-Star.
Oh, what?
Scored 30 points in Game 1 on Saturday. And then has made the playoffs in every season of his NBA career.
Okay. I'm just trying to think, because, I mean, that rings a Celtic because Jason Tatum has never missed a playoff in his whole career so far.
No, yeah.
So I'm also going to... I don't know if Jaylen Brown's made it 5 times, though. He might be like a 4-time. So if I think about it, this year, last year, year before that, that's 3. I feel like maybe he's a 3 or 4. Okay, let's just move on from the Celtics. Every year, maybe a Heat player. Jimmy Butler's too many, because he didn't make the playoffs every year.
Wait, what day would Saturday have been? Saturday. So
I'll tell you Sunday.
I'll tell you the games that were on Saturday.
Yeah.
So it was the Magic Cavs game.
Okay.
Timberwolves Suns, Lakers Nuggets, and Sixers Knicks.
I think I know who it is.
Who is it?
Is it Donovan Mitchell?
We will go back and we will guess.
Because he's like another guy right along JT.
Donovan Mitchell, that is correct. That's who I was thinking.
Okay.
It is Donovan Mitchell.
It was between both of them, honestly.
Yeah. So Donovan Mitchell, great player for the Cavs. Cavs
Fnat.
up 3-2 right now as we're recording this.
Just got the win at home. Only the home team has won in this series so far.
Very weird series.
Yeah.
Very like just mid-series, but entertaining. Nonetheless.
There's a lot of blowouts, which kind of sucks.
But there's some great players in the series.
But I feel like Game 6 will be the most intense game yet because the Cavs don't want to go to a Game 7. I mean, it is home for them when they do play their Game 7, but you never want to play in a Game 7 because it's win or go home. You want to be able to control your own destiny. They're going to want to go out there and have some fun in Orlando.
So for round 2 now, kind of the same thing. And here we go. Clue 1.
Okay.
He played 5 seasons with the Spurs. He was selected 29th overall in the 2017 NBA draft.
17.
And he was a 2022-23 All-NBA defensive second team.
Wow.
Yeah. Kind of impressive.
All-NBA second team.
All-NBA defensive second team.
Derek White. First guess.
We will check this.
Off the rip.
Could it be your guy?
Could it be the ball man of the year?
Derek White. And it is.
Boom!
It is Derek White.
Derek White. How you doing? Charlie and I were just talking about this the other day. Bald man of the year candidate. He is definitely a candidate.
I think so. I think he's definitely who else would be in that
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
He's in there every year.
The Rock.
Maybe
every
year.
Rock.
They're in there every year. But I mean, Derek White just put up 38 points in that Game 4 against the Miami Heat where they needed him to keep going. He came back. Everybody else was having an off night in that Game 4. Porzingis got a little hurt, got a little banged up. But if you're going to need someone to rely on, Jason Tatum said anybody on the team can just pop off just like how Derek White did. And he did that. And he had 38 points. He had 22 in the first half. So that means he had 14 in the second half. And I mean, just an 16 in the second half. Just an all-around great game from the guy that we were just talking about 2 seconds ago. I mean, I think he should be a first-team all-defensive player this year. He has 87 blocks in the league, which is more than anyone under 6'6". So, with that, he should definitely be one of the guards, being one of the first team all NBA defensive.
Yeah, Gav, I want to ask you real quick about just before we get to the next round. I want to ask your thoughts on some of the defensive player of the year candidates right now. Like, do you think Rudy Gobert should be the defensive player of the year this year?
He definitely has a really, really good shot at it. I think he had one of his best years not his best years like his Jazz years, but it's obviously his best year as a Minnesota Timberwolf. He has been very consistent when it comes to the defensive side of the ball, and he's shaping up to be the offense. But we're talking about the defense here. I mean, it's kind of scary when you have to go against someone like Rudy Gobert who can just go up and block a shot when you're above 7 foot. It's kind of like the Wemby effect, because he's also another candidate. People won't even shoot on him anymore. I literally saw this compilation yesterday of players who won't even go up for a bucket when Wemby's there. It's kind of like the Wemby effect. Even Curry, I mean, same thing. You think maybe a floater from him or something? No, there was a highlight when he ran in, stopped, pivot, saw he was there, passed the ball out. And that was in probably 6 other highlights that I saw. But I don't think Wemby is deserving of it yet. I think he can get it next year. But I would put Rudy over him. And then who's the third guy again? I cannot remember.
I don't remember either. But my main question was about Rudy Gobert.
I would say...
Yeah, you definitely addressed it. So
yeah, so I would say Rudy Gobert probably should win it this year. But if not, my guy Derek White should be.
All right, so moving on to round 3 here. You're 2 for 2. So, or I guess, I don't know, 1 for 2.
I'm 2 for 2 though, because I get how many?
Two.
I get how many guesses?
That is true. You do get 5 guesses per round.
Yeah,
that is true.
I'm 2 for 2 right now.
But you got 1 on your first guess, 1 on your second guess. But round 3, let's see what you can do here.
Okay.
2021-2022 NBA Sixth Man of the Year. This should be pretty simple right here.
21-22.
Clue 2: led team in 3-pointers made in his game on last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday. What was the game last Wednesday?
And he averaged a career high.
Was that before the playoffs even started?
20.8 points per game this season.
What was his career high?
20.8.
Oh, he averaged 20.
He averaged 20.8.
All right, now I'm going to start to dial in my bag of Sixth Man of the Year. I'm not the greatest with the award winners for Sixth Man. I know last year was Malcolm Brogdon, but that was 22-23. I can tell you for a fact he wasn't the one to put up 20 plus this year, because he was on a bad Blazers team. 21-22. This is the year the Celtics made the finals, and it was not from the Celtics. It was not from the Warriors that year. Might have been from the Warriors. No, I think Jordan Poole is starting that year.
I will tell you, I think Jordan Poole finished second this year.
Okay.
I do think so. But this guy was definitely deserving of the award.
Was this the Tyler Hero?
This was the Tyler Hero year. Tyler Hero,
Dang.
yeah. So Tyler Hero hit 6 threes. I don't know which Wednesday that was, because this game is obviously just every day. It's a daily game, so it'll be usually up to date. But yeah, Tyler Hero, Sixth Man of the Year.
Yeah,
and,
I remember he had one in there. I just couldn't remember which year it was, but that would make sense. That it was just two years ago when he was lighting it up that year, being that sixth man coming off the bench. It's a little different now because he's a starter.
Very true, yeah.
But
different role.
He has a much different role, especially with the injuries that the Heat are dealing with right now without Jimmy Butler. It's kind of what happened last year. He was injured. He fractured his hand against the Bucks last year, and Jimmy Butler just elevated into playoff Jimmy. But without Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero has games where he has 20, maybe more, but he's still not the number one guy that can be on any team in the NBA, and I don't think he ever will be. I think he'll always be the number 2 or 3, kind of like what he is right now, because I would say he's a 3 because it probably goes Jimmy, Bam, and then Tyler Hero.
I agree, yeah, for sure.
So he'll probably be like in that role for his whole career, but very deserving.
As long as he's on the Heat, probably
he
will be probably in that role. But
unless he's a Charlotte Hornet.
Moving on now, to kind of one that I expect you to get maybe kind of soon.
Okay.
Clue 1 is led the league in 3-pointers made.
Wow. This year?
Yeah. Clue 2, 2024 NBA All-Star.
2024 NBA All-Star.
Clue 3, 15th season in the NBA.
Is this 15th year?
15th.
Is this Stephen Curry?
Probably is Steph Curry. I didn't type in Steph Curry's name yet, but I anticipate that this is Steph Curry. I probably should have done that before. It is Steph
All right.
Curry, yeah, as we
All
all
right.
expected. Yeah, I saw 15th season on. You might not be able to get it from the first two.
Yeah, I mean,
you could-
15th year, and then like All-Star. Yeah, it could be a lot of guys. Well, not anymore,
Nah,
but
no,
I mean,
but
still,
3-pointers made.
but
You know,
three-pointers
it's
made.
Curry.
Yeah,
So now on to our fifth round,
fourth guy.
fourth guy. It might be fifth guy.
No, 'cause it was Donovan Mitchell and then Tyler Hero. Oh, Derek White and then Tyler Hero, and now
There we go.
Steph. So this is round 5.
Round 5. I think we got one more after this.
Cool.
So we got 2 more total. Clue 1. 14th pick overall in the 2017 NBA draft.
Oh, I actually just saw this the other day, but I don't even remember who it was.
Clue 2.
Last
Posted
lottery.
42 double-doubles this season.
14?
42
42.
double-doubles.
Have a day number 14.
And clue 3 is that he was an all-star this year.
All-Star this year?
Mhm.
All right, I'm trying to think back. 2017 was the 2017 draft. Does that mean like their rookie year was 2017, 2018?
Yes.
So this is the Jason Tatum year. Because JT's first year was 2017, 2018, I think. Pretty positive. Can I ask that if this is the Jason Tatum draft?
I'm not totally sure.
It should
honestly.
be Markelle Fultz, Jason Tatum, Lonzo Ball.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He recorded double-doubles this year. A lot of them. And 42 out of 82. So he was more than 50%.
Yeah, this guy's a really good player. You know, he's a really good player, and he's really underrated, actually.
Is he on a playoff team right now?
He is on a playoff team.
He is. That's still in?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Still
As of now.
Let me kind of dial in my bag's tricks. Because tricks are for kids.
He's on
know
a
that.
team that hasn't advanced or been eliminated either. Like he hasn't.
Okay, so he's still in
yeah.
the first round?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to think about this. I'm kind of going to go by team. He's not in the Celtics. I don't know if he... I don't think he's on the Heat unless that might be a Bam situation, but I don't know. I'll come back to the Heat. And then the Cavs, it's not Donovan Mitchell because that was his year. Because Donovan Mitchell was in the same year as Jason Tatum. And I don't think he was the 14th. I think he was like the 5th pick.
Do you want me to give you this guy's college?
Actually, I'd love to hear this guy's college, even though it might not even help at all.
I mean, it might. You never know. This guy went to Kentucky.
He went to Kentucky.
Yep.
That should help.
It might help.
That makes me say it's Bam. I'm gonna lock in Bam for my first guess.
It is Bam.
Bang
It is
bang.
It is Bam. It's
Oh,
Bam
that's
Bam.
right. Bam bam.
Bam Bam. And now
Flintstones.
you're 5 for 5
Okay.
with a little asterisk on it with the the one
come
wrong.
on.
But now we're on the 6th one. Let's see if you can go 6 for 6. This is big.
This is huge.
Last guess of the season.
Of the season.
Last guess of the season, unfortunately. But here we go. Clue 1.
This is probably gonna be so damn hard. I can just feel it.
Wow. Won a national championship with UConn in 2004.
2004. Wow.
War. Clue 2.
I was not even a year old when they won that championship.
Wore number 50 throughout his NBA career.
50. His whole career?
Apparently.
Jeez.
And
All
then
right.
he was the 2004,
Rookie of the damn year.
2005 Rookie of the Year.
Jesus. Oh, that's the only 3 hints.
This is a really good one from NBA play right here. Really good one.
Is
Because,
he-
like, it's been the normal Derek Whites, it's been the Bams,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Heroes, but now we got this guy right here.
Is he a little random?
A little bit random, and he's not current. It's the first non-current.
retired.
It's the first non-current guy.
Drafted in 04, correct?
Drafted in 04. Yeah.
04. I mean, I know the 03 draft like the back of my hand, but the 04 draft, I'm a little shaky on there. UConn. Oh, let me guess. Zach Randolph, first guess.
It's not Zach Randolph. I'll give you a little bit more background
I'm
on
trying to
this
think
guy
of
real
players
quick.
who wore 50.
I don't think that's going to help you at all. I really don't. This guy played for 5 different teams. Sorry, he didn't play for 5 different teams, but he did play a few different stints in some places.
Okay.
So he started his career. I don't even know if I want to tell you where he played yet, but he played from 2005, 4-5 to 12-13, those seasons, and then he didn't play 4 seasons in a row with a neck injury, and then he
Wow.
came back 17-18, played 26 games, started 19 of them on a good Pelicans team. and I'm assuming playing the playoffs for this team, and then retired shortly after that.
I have a player, but I think he did he ever play for the Kings? Can I ask that?
He did not play for the Kings.
Oh, all right.
No.
So it's not Willie Cauley-Stein.
It is not Willie Cauley-Stein. No, Willie Cauley-Stein was way before or way later.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, 2004 national championship with UConn. 04-05
I
rookie
couldn't
of
even
the
tell
year.
you the coach that year for UConn. It's tough. It's not Kemba because he didn't wear 50 his whole career. And I don't think.
I will give
That
you
was a
the
little
teams that this guy played for.
Yeah, I'd love to hear.
He played for, and these are some really funny teams actually that he played for in a
Okay.
row. He played for the Charlotte Bobcats from 04 to 05
that's where it's not going
to
get out of
09.
To 09.
Yeah, and he's one of their best players of all time.
The Bobcats.
One of the best Bobcat.
We're not.
One of the all-time great Bobcats.
Yes,
And then he went to the New Orleans Hornets for 3
Oh,
years.
Damn it.
And then he played on the Wizards for 1, and then came back on the Pelicans. So he played on the Hornets and the Pelicans, and the Bobcats. So he was involved in all 3 of those
Wow.
franchises, all within his career.
He ended with the Pellies.
Ended with the Pellies. I think you would probably know more for the Bobcats, and if I said his name, you would definitely know it.
I've drawn a fat blank. It's kind of hard. But I guess I have to give you some names.
Give me a guess. I don't think you're gonna get it, so I
I'm
might just
not
end up
gonna.
telling you.
I'm
So
not
just
gonna
throw out a guess, and I'll tell you.
because I'm not good with the Bobcats because that was before my NBA viewership days.
I think you know this guy though. I seriously think you know this guy, or at least the name.
Because the only Bobcat
And
really.
I'll
even
tell you
knew was
this.
Kemba.
There was an NBA draft bust that was drafted in the mid 2010s, that has the same last name as this guy.
Mid 2010s.
In the mid 2010s, there was a guy drafted, I think, like 3rd overall, 4th overall, to a team that was in the lottery, top of the lottery every year. And he was a bust. Everybody thought he was gonna be great coming out of college.
You're
and he wasn't
kind of
great.
thinking like it's a Greg Oden right here, but I know it's not
No,
Greg Oden.
no, it's a little bit later, like more current. I think around 2014-15, this guy was drafted.
2014, 15. This guy has the same last name.
Same last name, not the guy that we're guessing.
Where'd that guy get drafted?
This guy got drafted.
No, the other guy you're talking about.
The other
one
guy
with the
got
same
drafted to
last name.
Philly.
To Philly?
To Philly.
So it's Michael Carter Williams
No.
was. Oh, that's not the same last name.
No,
As Williams.
this guy was a bust. Like he was actually a bust. He was supposed to be like their guy next to Embiid for years.
Goodness.
Supposed to be before Ben Simmons was even the thought of being the other guy.
Does he still play in today's game?
No,
He's already retired.
this guy's been retired.
Like how many years did this bust last in the league?
Not long. The bust is the
I
least
think,
of your issues right
I
now.
think that's what's gonna help me get the last name though.
This bust went to Duke as well.
The bus one is that Marvin?
No,
Bag.
I don't think you're gonna. I think we need to wrap this up right here this round.
I don't know, dude.
The bust was Jahlil Okafor.
Oh,
this is Emeka Okafor.
Yeah, it is Emeka Okafor.
Emeka Okafor, one of the all-time great Charlotte Bobcats.
I forgot about Jamil too because he was supposed to be him.
He was supposed to be next to. He was supposed to be the guy before Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
That's why they actually ended up with Ben Simmons because they were so bad, or because Jahlil Okafor was so bad for
horrible.
that team.
Yeah.
And Embiid wasn't healthy yet, so
Wow.
wasn't working out. But
Hopefully
Emeka
you guys got that one because I was not gonna guess Emeka Okafor.
Emeka Okafor is a tough one right there. If you got that one, please let us know because that's a crazy pull.
That's a great pull.
And I assume that you Googled it if you no, I don't know. Some people might know. But yeah, that's a little guest episode right there. This is the last episode of season 3. Very sad.
Hey, season 3 was a great one though.
It was
Put
a great
that out.
season.
A lot of improvements made. Got some special guests on.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep it coming. In season 4, we're gonna have a ton of stuff on our Instagram this summer.
Yep.
Big things to come. I'm not gonna say what it is.
Not
but
gonna say what's going on yet.
But
Say what's going on.
There's
yet.
some big things going on.
Yeah, just stay tuned for season 4. We're gonna have our NFL recap and previews. Those weekly episodes. They're gonna be coming back in the fall.
Oh yeah.
We know you guys like those. We like those too. Those are fun.
Those are fun.
Because we like the NFL. The NFL's
yeah,
fun.
it's the best league in the.
Um,
Not the best playoffs, but the best league. Actually,
no, but
I'll
speaking
ask
of
you- yeah.
speaking of playoffs, we wanted to get in this right before we go. We wanted to say our finals, our Stanley Cup Finals predictions and winner, and then our NBA Finals prediction winner and Finals MVP.
All right,
so
but before we head off, before that, I want to ask you, Charles, what is your favorite playoffs?
Favorite playoffs?
Except for March Madness.
NHL, Stanley Cup playoffs.
Stanley Cup playoffs.
Stanley Cup playoffs. Every game, and I was talking about this the other night. You can make an argument for the MLB playoffs before you can make an argument for NFL or NBA, I think. Because NBA is great, and I love the 7-game series, but the only games where it feels like a playoff game consistently is the conference finals and finals, but then elimination games just in general.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Those are the only games. But, like, first game in round 1, it's hype in the first quarter, but then after that, it just dies down unless it's close. Unless it's close the whole game or you're in, like, Madison Square Garden. You know, that's the only, like, 2 little scenarios right there. But Stanley Cup playoffs, it's hyped throughout the whole game. It's usually close. I mean, usually games are never a blowout. If they are, they're fun to watch still. And the crowds are always into it. So I think top to bottom, Stanley Cup playoffs is better.
I like that. It's a great answer. And I'm going to agree with you. Because growing up, never really watched the NBA playoffs that much until I was in middle school. And then, like, obviously NFL playoffs are great, but when it comes to the series, there's just something different. And there's no 2 better words in sports than a game 7.
And especially in such a physical sport like hockey where guys get mad at each other, you know, playing each other 5, 6, 7 games in a row.
Yeah.
Tempers flare a little bit game to game, and the rivalries continue throughout the series, especially in like a Boston-Toronto. Like a Boston-Toronto series, they've been going at it a little bit, and it's only going to get worse in Game 6 and potentially Game 7.
And, I mean, rivalries are created too. I mean, obviously rivalries are continuous throughout the season, but when you get like a Metro matchup, like a Rangers and Caps, it's not the biggest rivalry that the Rangers have because they obviously have 2 neighbors that they're competing against, but you get 2 teams that have met in the playoffs consistently for the past 10 years, or the Penguins or anybody. Penguins, Caps, anybody.
Yeah.
Great matchups. True. And I just hope they return to that 1-8 format because I feel like that'd be better.
I agree.
But the rivalries and the Game 7s, there's no better Game 7. I love the NBA, but it would never beat a Game 7 in the NHL.
No, never.
And I've watched some horrible Game 7s in the NHL where they were 5-1 blowouts, but that's a very, very slim chance of that. When it's a Game 7, it's a 1 or 2 goal game.
Usually.
Just want to speak about the NHL really quick, too. My New York Rangers got the brooms out and swept them Capitals out of there.
Yeah,
Ovechkin, time to retire.
Real quick, so, right now, I guess, to wrap it up real quick, Stanley Cup East-West champion, and then, you know, maybe a little sprinkle on the Rangers if you really want to, really quick, and then, you know, East-West, and then Finals MVP for the NBA.
Okay, so we'll go hockey first.
Yep, hockey first.
So my Eastern Conference champion, the Hart Trophy winners, or sorry, not Hart Trophy, President's Trophy winners, I'm going to go to the New York Rangers. I like them a lot. They were clicking on all cylinders for that Capitals series. Igor let up a couple goals. Happens. Get them behind you. Got the brooms out. But I think the upcoming series against the Carolina Hurricanes will be the best matchup in the Eastern Conference that we'll see all year. So that's for my Eastern Conference. My Western Conference team, I have the team coming up and pulling a comeback, and I got the Dallas Stars still.
Wow.
I still got them in there. They're still going to come out with the comeback because it's already tied.
Yeah, it is tied.
So they were down 2-0, right?
They were.
Now tied 2-2. I think games tonight.
They won 2 games in Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, and if there's a team that there's a team I put my money on to go the distance in the West, it'd be the Dallas Stars.
And then I'm assuming you have the
Cup champions since 1994. It's been a long 30 years, but the New York Rangers, as I said in our NHL episode of my strategic Game 7.
If you haven't listened to that, go back and listen to that.
That's a great listen. Great listen. So I'm going to be wearing my new playoff T-shirt that our executive producer, Mr. Frank Cleary, got for me because it is a really awesome T-shirt. And
shout out.
It'll probably be on the Instagram of me posting up in that T-shirt.
If they win, we'll post that picture. For Gavin Williams on the Out of Bounds Instagram.
So I got the Rangers winning it all, and Jacob Trouba raising that cup, kissing it.
That'd be great. So
that would be great.
My prediction, I got the Canes beating the Rangers in the second round. Not only beating the Rangers, but beating the other team in the conference finals, whoever that may be.
Florida, Boston, Toronto.
Florida, Boston, Toronto, whoever it may be. And then I have them going to the Stanley Cup final. I really think so. What I saw of the Hurricanes, I know they played the Islanders, but they just looked so dominant. They scored 4 goals in a matter of 17 seconds, I guess, if you really want to be mathematical about it. I know it's not really true. 2-9, 2-8 the other night. That was really impressive. And out of the West, I had Dallas originally.
Mm-hmm.
I had Carolina originally in the East, but I had Dallas originally in the West. Switching it up.
Wow.
And only because I didn't like what I saw out of Dallas Stars in those first 2 games against Vegas. Vegas is a very tough team. We knew it was going to be a tough series. I still think Dallas wins that series.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that the
Colorado.
Avalanche
Good,
played against the Jets,
They ended it last
they
night.
ended it last night. I don't think that I don't think that the Stars can really compete with the Avalanche. But that being said, I'm not picking the Avalanche. I'm picking the Vancouver Canucks.
Whoa.
I think they're going to beat up on whoever comes out of that Oilers-Kings series because the Oilers do not look good at all, and the Vancouver Canucks look really good right now. So I'm going to
still lit up 2 to.
I know,
All
but
right.
Saros is a really good team or really good goaltender. I think he could
is.
steal 2 games from them. But
I don't know.
I got Vancouver coming out of the West, and I still have Carolina
winning the whole thing.
winning the whole. Actually, I'm switching that. I had Dallas winning the whole thing before,
Okay.
but I
So
got Carolina winning it all.
Yeah.
Winning it all now.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'll put my
Bold
little
prediction right
sprinkle for the Rangers on right now. It's gonna be very short, simple, cute, sweet. The Rangers last series, obviously heavy favorites to win the series. This series against the Carolina Hurricanes, plus 120 to win the series. I love being the underdog, even when we're the President's Trophy winner. Now that makes it even sweeter that we kind of have some burden if we don't win. It's like, well, we weren't favored to win. But
Very true. Very true.
I like being underdogs, and I love a good underdog story in this round. So I'm just going to say that. You'll be hearing a lot more from me on the Instagram, though.
And then really quick,
Yep.
Western Conference, Eastern Conference NBA.
Yep.
Finals MVP.
Love it. From the Western, I'm going to start with the Western Conference. From the Western Conference, I'm liking a couple teams. In the beginning, it was only one team. I only liked the Denver Nuggets. I'm liking a couple more now. OKC surprised me. I didn't think they were going to sweep New Orleans. I thought they at least get 1 or 2 out of OKC, but no. But that doesn't change
We
my...
didn't anticipate Zion being out as long,
that's
though,
very
to be
true.
fair.
That's very true. But that still doesn't change
But does
my...
he win a game for them?
I think he steals 1.
I don't know.
Nah, I'm just playing.
I don't
The way
know.
they dominated
Yeah,
the
they
entire
did dominate
series.
them, yeah.
Entire series they dominated.
Besides game 1 or 2, I think it
Game
was
1
close.
was really, really close.
I think it was a 1-point game,
Game 1
yeah.
was a 2-point game, yeah. So with that being said, I'm still not going to change my mind. And I have the Denver Nuggets still coming out of the West. They took a bad game against LA. But the thing about this series, they only led that series, I think it was like 48 minutes. And the Lakers had 150 minutes that they were leading.
But what's so impressive about the Nuggets is they only lead for 48 minutes out of the whole series. Obviously, win it in 5,
Yeah.
which is impressive nonetheless. But to stay that close to where you can be in striking distance, take the lead at any point, especially late in the game, and hit those clutch shots consistently is like why I'll spoil it. I think the Nuggets are going to come out of the West now. I don't think it's going to be the Clippers.
I think the Nuggets, if you need a team who can go get it in crunch time, and you put the ball in Jamal Murray's hands, he's going to get it done for you like he did twice. 2 buzzer beaters to send the Lakers on, sniffing grass and cleaning the toilets for the new Intuit Dome. You like
the
the
new
sound.
Intuit Dome. We got
But-
toilets. We got toilets.
So I have the Nuggets coming out of the West and out of the East after pretty bad looking game 2, but a lot of depth on the team and it's what you need in the playoffs. Got the Boston Celtics still carrying it out in the East, even without Porzingis for potentially a couple games. At least it's several games. That includes Game 5 tonight, which is a must-win in my opinion. You can't go back into Miami. I mean, you need to finish the series in Game 5, get healthy. Then if you play match up against the Cavs or the Magic, I think they can handle that. It's a handle series. Then Eastern Conference Finals, I think it's going to be the Knicks. They're looking really good. Jalen Brunson, phenomenal player. He's like averaging like 36 in this playoff so far. And that's going to be a phenomenal series. But I think that's when KP would really come back and be healthy again. That's going to carry up over the curve. Eastern Conference champions, my prediction, the Boston Celtics. And for the finals, Celtics Nuggets, the matchup I've been wanting since the bubble. And I think Jason Tatum brings home his first ring to Boston, hoists up the finals MVP. The Bill Russell finals MVP.
Wow. So you think both your teams are going to get it done?
I was telling this to my buddies, and I'll say it again. If both my teams can get it done this year, one, you'll never see me happier in my life.
Yeah, I can't.
Never
yeah,
in my
I can't
life.
even imagine.
Because, I mean, I'm going to think about this full year. The Packers made the playoffs when they weren't even supposed to be in it, and they won against the Cowboys. So that was already like, Charlie already knows, I'm already ecstatic about that season that we just had. Then with I'm praying right now, if the Rangers and the Celtics win, both of those days will be the best days of my life, and I will never be a happier man. That will be my peak, I think, unless if all four do it, or three. But
that'd be crazy.
This will be the greatest year of my life. I'll put that out right now.
Wow,
2024 has the potential, man. And hey, we went through it last week. The washer was broken in my residence hall. The dryer was broken in my residence hall. Clothes were soaked. Absolutely puddles on the floor. You had to hang them up. You know what we called it? The laundry war of 2024. And I beat it.
Wow.
That's step number 1.
Here we go.
Step number 2, Rangers. Step number 3, Celtics. Go C's, LFG, or LGR. LGR, though.
There we go.
Go.
So
Let's go Rangers, go Celts.
My NBA predictions right here. As I said before, I think it's going to be Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the East, I think it's going to be Celtics. But with that being said, I don't want it to be super boring. Because I genuinely do believe that even though it will be those teams, I don't want it to be those teams.
Oh.
I don't want it to be those teams.
Which teams would you want it to be, though?
I want it to be the Clippers, obviously.
Oh, but
I don't think it's going to get done. But let me just say this. I think whoever wins that Nuggets-Timberwolves series is coming out of the West.
I think so. I'm going to put that out there as well. I'll stand behind that because what Anthony Edwards is doing is phenomenal.
The dominance by Anthony Edwards right now is unreal. So I think just the way that those teams are playing, the way that the Mavs and the Clippers are playing is just not great.
Yeah.
And I think one of them will turn it around if they get to the next round.
I think either team will beat the Thunder. I think that's very doable, or at least be a 6 or 7 game series.
Very true. Yeah, and I think whoever wins that series is going to come out of it. So I'll add the Timberwolves in that group, I guess. And then out of the East, you mentioned them. I really like the New York Knicks.
They're balling.
I really like the
They
Knicks.
had a bad loss last night, but they're going to bounce back. And I think they're going to get done in 6.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson. I mean, he's been going crazy. He's been battling with Tyrese Maxey, and I really like the Sixers too. But it's going to be really hard for them to come back in this series already. And a very favorable matchup with the Knicks against potentially the Pacers next series, a banged up Bucks team. So I mean, just matchups there.
I think the road to the Eastern Conference Finals for the Knicks is in their hands.
Yeah, but basically my main point is I think the East is so weakened this year where I feel like the first real series that the Celtics and the Knicks in my prediction will play is against each other in the conference finals, when in the West these teams will be playing real series for I guess 3 series before that. So when you get to the finals, that's going to be a little bit of a tough momentum change, I guess, or a pace change for those Eastern teams. That's why I think ultimately whoever comes out of the West will win the finals. And I think it will be in like 5 or 6 games.
Wow.
Regardless of who it is.
Wow. I mean, hey, that's a great
bold prediction, but
bold prediction. But
I know you don't like it, but
it's okay. I get it. I mean, it's kind of hard to go against some defending champions or the guy who.
But in the playoffs, I mean, anything's possible. So.
And obviously, everybody knows how hard it is to play in Denver. Not only because of the fans, but because of the air. I mean, it's tough to play in Denver in any sport.
And just like Jokic and Murray and PJ.
And I'm not even counting those guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's already hard enough playing in there without even mentioning the entire Nuggets team and the best coach in the NBA with Mike Malone.
Yeah.
But Executive of the Year, Brad Stevens from the
Shout out.
Boston Celtics.
So
he did have a great year, the executive position.
I think it's gonna wrap it up here, I think.
Season 3, ladies and gentlemen, has come to a close. But don't be worried.
No, make sure you follow us on our Instagram.
At Out of Bounds Podcast with a dot between every single word.
Yeah, make sure you're following us there so you can stay up with us all summer long. Because that's where we'll be, where you can talk to us, communicate with us. Potentially another form of communication on the way soon, but we'll make sure you're on the Instagram to hear about that. To hear about that announcement next.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for listening. Gavin, you got anything?
Hey, season 3 was great. Season 4 is it's gonna be even better. So
I agree.
That's all I gotta say.
Thank you guys. Have a great day.
Have a day.
Have a great summer.
Oh, yeah. Have a day and have a summer. Boom.